Do you want to be famous? How about unbelievably rich?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Are you looking for, as Indiana Jones said, fortune and glory?
Fortune and glory.
Well, what if I told you that such fortune is just waiting to be found beneath your feet? For thousands of years, people have dug up enormous nuggets of gold from the earth, instantly transforming themselves from poor to I light my cigars with $100 bills. But how big do these nuggets really get? And how much are they worth? Have no fear. I'm here today to answer those questions. So grab your pickaxe and lantern and let's head into the mine in search of the biggest and most expensive gold nuggets ever discovered. But first, subscribe for more videos and you'll find a golden nugget or two of your own. Adventure and the pursuit of riches don't stop when you retire. For one Australian retiree, that was when the fun just started. In July of 2019, the unnamed treasure hunter took his metal detector to the outskirts of Ballarat, an old gold rush town. Many thought that the days of finding giant nuggets of gold at Ballarat were over, but this aging adventurer proved the doubters wrong. When his metal detector beeped at something underground, he couldn't believe what he found. A huge gold nugget weighing a whopping 2 kilograms. Experts valued the nugget at over $160,000. The owner was so blown away by the amount that he gave the nugget the catchy name of You Wouldn't Believe It. I just hope he wasn't so literal when naming his kids, although he always plays with matches, does have a nice ring to it. An even bigger gold nugget was unearthed in October of 2018. Again, this one was found in Australia in a gully known as Charlie's Pride. What's more, the discovery was caught on camera during the filming of a TV show aptly titled Aussie Gold Hunters. The nugget was discovered by two prospectors, Neville Perry and Mick Clark, and it weighed in at a massive 2.5 kilograms. And the gold itself was 99.7% pure. Neville and Mick are real professionals and were able to identify a hotspot by looking at the history books. The mine they focused on goes back to the 1850s, and huge nuggets have been discovered there in the past. It's good to do your homework, but in this case, it literally paid off to the tune of over $200,000. The sprawling region of Victoria in Australia is legendary for its vast veins of gold. That's why, even today, people head out there in search of that one big nugget that will surely change their lives forever. But it takes time, skill, and patience. In the case of Sid Pearson, he had to wait until he was 68 years old before he hit the jackpot. In May of 2017, his metal detector sprung to life over a portion of rock. When he chipped into it with his pickaxe, he heard the satisfying sound all prospectors want to hear: the clunk of metal on metal. Digging around, he soon unearthed not just a few nuggets, but a true behemoth. The nugget weighed 4.3 kilograms and was so valuable that Sid refused to let it out of his sight until he got it back to civilization to have it appraised. The nugget was valued at over $300,000 and has led many to refer to the area where it was found as the Golden Triangle. Unbelievably, you can legally claim gold there with just a $22 permit. Not to be outdone by the Australians, California still contains secrets buried beneath its surface. Back in the 1800s, this was prime gold rush territory, but many make the mistake of thinking that the gold has all been found. One experienced treasure hunter knew there were still riches to be found in the state. His name is Bob Van Camp, and in October of 2014, he was given what can only be called a monster of a gold nugget. That's right, someone gave the 4.5 kilogram nugget to him. In a bizarre twist, the true identity of the man who unearthed the nugget has never been revealed. Known only as Mr. Smith, the original prospector refused to share the exact location of where he found it, so as to keep other gold deposits to himself. That might seem greedy, but for gold prospectors, it's just common sense. Bob Van Camp was brought in to get the nugget valued, and when the numbers came in, they couldn't believe their eyes. The gold was valued at over $400,000. Not bad for something that was found just 30.5 centimeters beneath the soil. Who knows how many other nuggets are just waiting to be found in that secret location.
That's what it sounded like.
We've seen some pretty big nuggets so far, and they've all been sold for incredible amounts. But they are small change compared to the Hand of Faith nugget. This bad boy was once again found in the region of Victoria in Australia. Back in the spring of 1980, a man named Kevin Hillier used that most trusted of gold digging tools, the metal detector, to find it. Unbelievably, he almost left the gold in the ground as he thought the detector was given a false signal. Thankfully, he dug anyway just to be on the safe side. This paid off when he unearthed a gold nugget weighing a whopping 27.2 kilograms. Known as the Hand of Faith due to its shape, this nugget was just 30.5 centimeters underground, and when it was unearthed, proved itself to be the largest nugget ever discovered at that time by using a metal detector. At the time, it was bought for over $1 million and was put on display by the Golden Nugget Casino in Las Vegas, allowing visitors to lay their eyes, but not their hands, on one of the most valuable pieces of gold ever discovered. Once more, we return to the sunny land of Australia, where, if this list is anything to go by, the ground is literally made of gold. How much gold is there? How about a nugget so large that it weighed 32.2 kilograms? Discovered in January of 1971 by 17-year-old Jim Larcombe, other prospectors were nearby and wished they had made the find. Those within earshot claim that they heard a huge yell of excitement as the 17-year-old hit gold in the region of Larkinville. What's more, Jim and his father, who was a longtime prospector himself, had been considering abandoning the area and moving elsewhere. If they had, maybe the nugget would have been found by someone else. Known as the Gold Eagle Nugget, it was sold for nearly $500,000, but then it was melted down. For collectors, it would be worth far more today as a rare specimen rather than for its gold content. We now head to Russia, where one of the largest nuggets of gold ever was unearthed in 1842. It was discovered in the Urals Mountains by a man named Nikifor Syutkin and weighed an incredible 32.6 kilograms. This massive nugget was quickly procured by the government, and it remains displayed at the Kremlin in Moscow as part of the Diamond Fund collection. It sits alongside some of the most priceless jewels and precious stones in the world. Because it was never melted down, the nugget remains the second largest gold nugget still in existence and is estimated to be worth well over $1 million for its gold content alone. An official number has not been placed on it for its historical value, but it's likely that it is worth much, much more than it would be for its gold content alone. Most nuggets are discovered by prospectors digging around underground, but in the case of the monumental nugget, nature gave it a helping hand. In 1869, a group of miners were walking along a trail towards the Sierra Buttes mine in Sierra County. The night before, there had been a lot of rain, and the men couldn't believe their eyes as they saw something now glittering in the ground next to the trail.
It's happening!
Those miners had walked that trail countless times, but it took the rain to wash away a little of the soil to reveal this enormous nugget. The monumental nugget comes in at 48.1 kilograms in weight and has to be seen to be believed. And you can find it at the Kentucky Mine Museum. Just leave your pickaxes at the door. They don't take too kindly to anyone trying to grab a souvenir. No one's certain how much the nugget would go for today, but some estimate it would be worth over $2 million. What's better than one massive gold nugget? Why, two nuggets, of course. In September of 2018, mining owner Mark Selby received reports from his crew that they had struck gold. But it was more than just a mere fragment. It turned out to be two of the largest nuggets ever found. The nuggets were extracted from Beta Hunt Mine in, you guessed it, Australia. And the largest of them weighed over 95 kilograms. The smaller of the two nuggets has been valued at $2.6 million. But that's nothing. The larger nugget is worth over $4 million on its own. Mark Selby believes there are even larger nuggets to be found in the area, and all eyes are watching to see what he and his crew dig up next. February 5th, 1869 was a momentous day for those with gold fever. It was the day that the welcome stranger nugget was discovered in the goldfields of Victoria, Australia. This nugget is so legendary that even over 150 years later, enthusiasts and prospectors celebrate the anniversary of its discovery. It was two miners from Cornwall, England that found the nugget, and they have been held up as the perfect example of overnight fame and fortune. And all because they dug something shiny out of the earth. Bizarrely, the nugget itself was held firmly in the ground by the roots of a large tree, and so the miners had a difficult job extracting it. Though replicas of the nugget exist, the original was broken up into pieces as it was said to be so large that it couldn't fit on a set of scales. Official estimates record that it was 99 kilograms in weight. No one knows its exact value, but suffice to say, today it would be worth many millions. Our penultimate nugget is so large, it's almost difficult to conceive of that much gold in one rock. The Holtermann nugget weighed 290 kilograms and was discovered at Hill End in New South Wales. Do you know what country that is? Yep, it's Australia again. Seriously, I'm surprised all Australians aren't millionaires at this point with so much gold laying around. In any case, the Holtermann nugget was a bit of a poison chalice for the man who discovered it, Bernard Holtermann. Strictly speaking, the Holtermann nugget is a gold specimen embedded in quartz rock. Bernard Holtermann attempted to buy the gold from the mining company that owned it, but they wouldn't let him touch it, even though he had discovered it. That was the last straw for the old prospector, and he ended his career there and then, resigning from the company in protest and turning his back on gold digging for good. Many believe he didn't want his magnificent discovery to be broken into pieces and sold. But let's not end on a sad note. Instead, think of Anthony Doolin, who in 2018 discovered a strange tunnel opening on his property. With a little investigation, he soon discovered that the tunnel was a genuine gold mine. Without the means to explore the gold mine himself, he soon put the land on the market, but so far, the new owners have not verified the contents of the mine. Who knows, maybe the world's largest golden nugget will be found down there. Or maybe some orcs or balrogs. You never can tell when you dig that deep. Well, that's it for me. I'm off to see if that rabbit hole I found in my yard yesterday has any gold in it. If you don't hear from me within a week, send help. See you next time.